Hi. Oh, a definition of a good day. Lots of stuff to talk about on the show. That's always good when you wake up and turn on the news and there's either one really big story that everyone's talking about or a lot of little kind of goofy things to talk about. That's a good day. One where I got a good night's sleep. Because believe it or not, even though I have to get up for a show that starts at 4, my sleep discipline stinks. It's not very good, and I'm always sleepy. I feel like if I'm not up at 4 in the morning watching some dumb show I've seen 1,000 times, that I'm somehow missing something. Ooh. I don't know if I could pin down any one person that was like, oh, that's great. But with the whole radio thing, of course, Howard Stern is always in there. But just growing up watching so much television and variety shows, talk shows, listening to the radio as, your parents would drive you somewhere and the big boss jocks doing their thing with the music breaks. Just all of that. Kind of that. I never aspired to I want to be in the movies. But like the 15th tier down in show business, I felt I'd fit in great there just watching all those garbage shows on TV and on the radio. Lessons that I learned growing up. I don't think I really learned much. I think it's all instinct. My parents were not very good at instilling me with right and wrong and things. You just kind of realized consequence when you screwed up. But just living life and growing up, you do learn certain things. I don't know. The biggest. Let me try to think about what's really kind of important. I guess don't waste a lot of time on too many serious things, because those are going to come regardless of if you want them or not. So try to just have as much fun as you can. I guess it sounds a little hokey, but it really is kind of my mantra. The misery will always be there, so have a little fun. Look at me. I liked the medium. It's just, especially when I first got into it, and even before I got into it, I enjoyed it because it was so open and free. It seemed like the guys on the radio were just hanging out and having fun. People on TV shows, it seemed a lot more structured, and they had a lot more that they needed to do before they went on. Radio, it just seemed like the guys walked in there, turned the mics on, and just started chatting with each other and playing songs or whatever it was. So I thought, listening to like Don Imus growing up and then Howard Stern, who wouldn't want to do that? It just seemed like the best job ever. And you didn't have to brush your hair, or and you could wear your pajamas to work. Oh, I didn't learn much in school, but I don't think you learn at all in school how to actually deal with the real life people you're going to have to deal with. I mean, I think that goes with any job. In radio, it's management, it's lawyers, the FCC. There's constantly people that are trying to curtail what you're doing and give you advice that's for your own good, kind of a thing. And you know what you want to do. You know what you want your show to be. I don't think there's any way you can learn how to deal with those people, management and whatnot, in school. That just has to be, you're sitting in an office face-to-face with some idiot, and you have to know how to be diplomatic, political, and get what you want out of the situation without really butting heads too hard. It's not easy to do, and the only way to learn it is to do it. Dead, you know what?
Yes, Ronald Reagan. Will?
Yeah, I would have loved to have sat down and had a little talk with Ronald Reagan. it would be. I bet he'd have a lot to say. Not now. Now he's just. Tuberculosis. It's from Seinfeld. It's the word association. Tuberculosis. If I had to grab one thing, Beavis! Little Beav. My cat. Boy, I really don't have many aspirations. I've always wanted to be able to. I really do a lot of the things I want to do. I just don't want to do a lot. Okay, and this is being honest and truthful. I've always wanted to be able to buy something that I wanted to buy. It's a little materialistic and shallow, but so am I. My girlish figure. I gotta say the ability to look at things and make jokes, and even if they're on the outside aren't the funniest of things, to be able to make light of things that might be looked at as tragic. I really could be a tad more motivated. A miserable man doing construction with a wife I hate. Marrying the wife I hated. Doing radio for so long, there ain't much. That's the weird thing about radio. You will open up yourself. So, I think I'm a lot more sentimental than people think I am. Yeah, doing an interview, actually doing a, what would you call that? It was kind of a master class for broadcasting students. And a few of them were very surprised that I wasn't cursing every 2 seconds.
You seem like a very pleasant guy and, real likable. And so you said maybe one cuss word since we were here. That's not what I had in mind when I first came to say.
That I was able to construct a coherent sentence.
How do you describe that? Because, you're not living up to the expectations right now.
Thanks. Thanks. And I think people do get the wrong impression that I'm just off the rails 24 hours a day. It just can't be done. You'd lose your mind. You'd get punched in the face constantly, not just once. And you just can't live life like that. So I think people get the wrong impression because of the radio show. But, that's just the life I've chosen.